relearn my feel for the game, I might as well do it with a new character too. Why not? You know?
Especially with Olympia being a lot more straightforward character, not too much gimmicky stuff outside of the crystal. But jumping into game 1 on Hidojo, here we go, and already fire out the gate, 26% against Godly.
I think it's a pretty good neutral stage for this matchup, considering while Ranno has a lot of those needle setups dropping down from the platform and setting up with bubble on top platform. We've also got, for Olympia, those crystal setups really good for covering each side of the stage consistently. So it really depends on how aggressive you want to get, either with the bubble or with the crystal here.
And not only that, they both provide for a lot of extra movement options for both of these characters as well.
They're bringing out that forward air already. Rongunshu amping it up, putting out the aggression early on, but Godly matching that energy consistently. The triple grabs, turning up to that side platform, misses the waveland, unfortunately, but I like the idea, man. This Ranno is making a statement so far.
Playing very fast, too, matching the pace of Rongunshu's advantage state here with Olympia. So they're just back and forth right now. It's surprising to see how much they're scrapping. Usually early on in stuff like Rivals, you kind of just use a lot of your movement to feel out how the opponent's going, but they just went instantly in. Oh, that Nair put in a bad spot. The first stock going to Godly of the set.
Very good ledge trap there. And now Rongunshu going to match that energy, coming back on with a Nair.
Oh,
again,
wow.
going for the upper to send it back up, missing the tongue to ledge, unfortunately. Rongunshu going to take that every day of the week. It's a little aggressive there with that up special. Godly getting back into the mix again, dropping down from the platform with that needle, making sure Olympia is not comfortable resetting under the platform, and then going for a ride from there with the forward air.
Oh, that's a rough edge guard. No! Steals it!
Very good stuff there from Rongunshu.
Always super scary when you're off stage like that, trying to get the ledge hog. It's so easy for someone to just slip right past you, grab the ledge first. That's exactly what happened there. Oh, you know that Godly wanted that roll in for that tech chase, but still, 80% on the board. You can't count Rongunshu out, but there's some good control here from Godly.
Nice down throw coming out from Godly, looking to staying away from that crystal. Like, you know, I'm not missing that whatsoever. Setting you back in there when you're back on the back foot and getting rid of that again with the platform needles. Godly's been so good at keeping the pressure up, even when you're not exactly on this Olympia. Where you are on the stage, Olympia cannot keep the pressure off for. Looking to catch a jump in there with the Nair. Olympia going to find that down throw into the up strong, and that is going to do it. Godly's movement has been crisp so far.
It's just flying all over the place. It's crazy to see how they're just totally matching each other's pace. Look at this movement around the platform. You can't catch this frog. He's too slippery.
Ooh,
and there's a bit, you can tell you're at a point now. Rongunshu shielding a lot more, kind of staying in place, getting a little bit overwhelmed by how Godly is moving around the stage. Sometimes you just get caught up like that.
Sometimes you don't have like a consistent disjoint to challenge Ranno, you know? It's like why Claren's so much better in this matchup. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Chasing the left platform again with that forward air. Godly pressure up, goes for the reverse forward air, sending Olympia in a very
this could be it right here.
situation.
No, I'm not sure exactly what the vibe was there with the bubble. However, still in a good position. Basically a full stock ahead. All in the bubble. Let's see what we got for this edge guard. No dice.
Oh, nice spot dodge, barely avoiding that grab again. Rongunshu getting a little overzealous here with these grabs, falling for it. There was a forward air, still not going to do it. Great there from Godly, and utilizing that bubble to get back and get out of that situation, recognizing you cannot let Olympia get away with the shenanigans at the ledge.
Nope.
Zooming down a little bit too quickly, straight down to the blast zone, but hey, man, it was pretty quick.
Yeah, sometimes you just trip, fall down the stairs. It's okay. It happens sometimes.
You strip on your shoelace sometimes.
Yeah. He needed to just tie his shoes.
There you go.
But that Nair's probably going to do it right there. It would be unbelievable if... Oh, wow.
There you go.
Still makes it back.
That's post-nerf, too. That's crazy. Bring out there with a forward air once more, and Rongunshu staying poised here, does not want to overextend, waiting for Godly to get a little overcommittal with those needles, but doesn't need anything. Who needs to overcommit when you've got Ranno forward air?
Exactly. The big foot of death coming down on you. Curtains, game 1. Do you think Rongunshu might switch? Because I've seen this before. They're trying out new characters. They're trying out new things. Okay, it's the hard commitment. It's the hard commitment.
I was
respect
going to say,
that.
I think that was close enough to warrant Olympia for a game 2.
That's fair. That's
Either
fair.
you win the game, even if it's close regardless, you have time to go Claren. Because even if you're not fully warmed with Claren, this matchup is good enough for Claren where you don't need to be fully there, you know? You can take like maybe a stock or two to get fully back into the seat. But Rongunshu made that game close enough, and I feel like made the right adaptation at the end of the game where you'll slow it down, to not challenge needles from platform, especially with the elimination of the top platform. They were taking us to Gourmet Delta. I think this is a much better stage to enforce your pressure here with Olympia.
It is. I just find that Godly was getting a lot of mileage out of using those needles from the platform, and that's still there.
Needs to challenge that, you know? You definitely make a great point. I feel like Rongunshu needs to, like, respect Godly space with the needles, and then approach something like this.
Oh, here
when
you go. You're
let it
caught
rip,
in the
you gotta
up
find
airs.
enough damage
In
like
the
that big
vortex.
down there.
Oh.
Wow.
You would love to see the hard call-out work out at the end, but still, that's massive damage. Bring this thing even. Getting the crystal up.
Good night, Sweet Prince.
Not quite going to take it.
The crystal there again to catch that bubble landing. Have to mix up your recovery. Falling right into the arms of Rongunshu with that forward air. The double-sided mind games. Finds that first off in a very clean way. Very great stuff from Rongunshu so far.
Yeah, Rongunshu just turning nothing into something, still going. You always feel great.
Oh, my God!
Bold. Okay,
At
I respect
37%.
it. Imagine.
Now, you had to go for it, right? That would have been clip of the week right there.
Yeah, I've been finding a lot of the time. I mean, there was 2 almost clips of the week right there. A lot of the time, forward air kind of feels like it gets the job done a little bit more than the up B, but I respect it. Either way, Godly unfazed by this. Still knows the mission, and that's what you need. You get totally demolished on some stocks. Plus, we're both on even stocks here.
Oh, yeah. I see Rongunshu, again, not challenging Ranno on that part, just retreating to the other side, waiting for Godly to overextend. Because the one thing, Ranno can definitely put you in that mindset a little bit too often. Back immediately, not challenging yourself down there. The forward air out of the shield. Not going to find that one on the platform, though. Rongunshu retreating, resetting, waiting for this Ranno to imp a little bit. The crystal can be dealt with that needle. Godly doing a good job of playing back from the corner here, though. Going to get challenged there on that down air. Going to find that grab off of the air dodge. From the stock here at the ledge. Doesn't hit the needle, but again covers it and drops through the platform now with the forward air. Godly's actually adapting pretty well to Rongunshu's new turtle-like playstyle.
Yeah, I find Rongunshu's really just holding center stage a lot, and we're finding Godly getting forced into the corner a little bit more. However, I feel like when Godly is able to control the stage as well as he was in game 1, then there would be a lot more. Okay, barely not going to catch that up B. Yeah, when Godly's in control of the stage, it's a lot harder for Rongunshu, and then it's kind of forcing him into shield. He gets a little scared, and we saw that in game 1. I think there's been a lot better stage control on Rongunshu's part in this game.
I think
there's the reaction.
Wow,
taking that stock. Godly now ahead, which is crazy, but you really need to make sure you remember the mission. Because we saw 2 almost clips from Rongunshu. Godly did not let that phase him at all.
Exactly. Yeah, you can keep your head on your shoulders, keep it going.
Exactly.
The exact same game plan, covering that platform very well. Forward the sour spot. Not going to take it just yet. Great tech there coming out from Godly, still hanging on. 150, looking to find any extra credit right now. Not going to find it though, as Rongunshu finds the pick up the down tilt into the up special. And something I'm noticing here, Rongunshu's combo plan has moved from getting those consistent Olympia things to now punishing off of Godly's panic option. Consistently going for a poke option and then retreating outwards. And he's finding damage off of that accordingly, especially right that panic options like that, you got to punish accordingly with especially as Olympia.
Yeah, and that was certainly a misinput there on Godly's part. Not quite getting this down.
It's the panic, man. That's in the mix. You gotta keep your head on your shoulders. Forward air coming out. Another
2
forward
airs.
No!
Going
Oh man.
I mean, Rongunshu, you got to stay Olympia. You had that. That was all yours.
Yep. 100%.
Just unfortunately, he also didn't tie his shoes, so he fell down the stairs there on that edge guard.
Going back to Hodojo. Okay.
I mean, it was anyone's game on Hodojo in game 1, so it makes sense to me.
All right, follow me here. Follow me here. Walk with me. I think the idea behind Rongunshu going back here for game 3 is that now that we fully got a feel for where Godly goes under pressure, it's like retreating outwards, going for those jump outs, I think trapping him on that top platform will be much more successful, especially when you've got that aerial coverage with the crystal now. Like, look, see, right now, we're chasing him all the way forward, DIing out consistently, and Rongunshu's got that pressure right now.
Exactly. Even like the attempted escape there was upwards, but there's been a lot of upward coverage on Rongunshu's advantage.
Exactly.
So then now with platforms involved, it gets even worse. So right there, you're out, and there you go. Beautiful play from Rongunshu. Follow you all the way out off stage for that forward air, take the first stock.
And that's how Rongunshu's playing with confidence right now. Recognizing Godly is getting a little nervous, getting a little, quaking his boots a little bit. Godly, you just gotta, like you said, gotta remember the mission. Stick to it. And remember, you consistently, when you're getting your hits in, Godly's been playing fantastic so far. As I say that, we're going a little too deep there. Not going to find anything off of that just yet. Not going to challenge that crystal, looking for a grab, something of the sort. Rongunshu going to take that. Not lying down, and much extra credit. Double up airs coming out into the nair.
Godly's not really able to find much at all, even though there's 118% on the board. Let's see this edge guard going deep. Still racking up more damage. All right, this tech chase.
Down
strong takes the stock.
Godly down a little bit, but definitely not out of this game just yet. Looking to find a pickup here.
Oh,
again,
no!
Jumping up again, like you mentioned, DIing up every single time. Rongunshu has got that panic DI on lock.
And I think that down air on Rongunshu's part was a little bit overzealous. I think an up B probably would have done the job there. That being said, 100% on the board against Godly. See this recovery on stage. Okay, forward air still able to hit but not take the stock.
Looking to chase on this platform. Godly going to drop down to the back air into the up strong. Find more pressure here. Again, the forward air. The up tilt sitting back on that platform. Not going to find that up strong just yet, but Godly, the crisp movement is coming back into play here, especially when we need it. You're going to find that back air off the ledge. Going to chase that high recovery. Forward air is just barely going to do it, unfortunately. Sending your hurtbox into Blast Zone with the bubble.
Yep.
But you take those every day of the week.
Yeah, I think Godly's not really getting as much out of the advantage state as earlier in this set. So I think the lack of lethality there from every punish is definitely making this a lot harder to stay in the game. But,
100%.
I mean, hey, you're up 2-0, so by some cosmic divine intervention, you could probably still pull it off. And at 132%, it does not take much to make this an even game.
Here comes the Nair coming out from Godly, looking to take the stock here at the ledge. Rongunshu looking to play patiently here, coming back. Wants to find as much credit as you can. Overextend a little bit there with that rapid jab, but still going to find it there with the back air. Godly doing a fantastic job covering that ledge and the platform, so Rongunshu cannot make it back. Finally, the confident Ranno play is back, especially when we need it here in Game 3 to close out this set and to not risk that reverse 3-0.
Exactly. And, you know, it was huge on Godly to be able to play that entire remainder of that stock without getting hit at all. Like, this was 0-0 on the last stock. Very impressive to stay as evasive as you can. However, we got some good juice here from Rongunshu. Not quite. Really likes extending with the down air. Very bold.
The back throw again to the dash attack. Godly finally turning up here. This is the Godly we've been missing for the first
no!
of this game. But Rongunshu going to find the double up air. Finally looking to consist. There comes the down air to challenge Rongunshu, getting a little overzealous. The forward air coming out. Can we close it out here?
Yo, get the grab! The grab! What a satisfying move to land, too.
Oh, my.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Godly, an insane upset. Takes it 3 over the number 1 Rongunshu here at Gourmet Bash 4.
You know what? It's always a super abrupt ending like that you never are ready for. You know, maybe the DI wasn't the best there. That side B definitely making things a super scramble. Just the animation of the throw down is so satisfying to watch.
Oh, yeah. And being able to even react to that on the fly and then move any of